Welcome to our mini class today. This week, our theme is around accepting what is. And basically, the basic idea here is that whenever we feel stress or tension, whenever we feel that tightening up, it's always because we are not accepting things as they are. There's some cognitive dissonance, what we want versus what actually is. And the Yoga Sutras talks quite a bit about this. It's under the umbrella of what's called the 5 kleshas, or 5 things that make us suffer. And those, if you want to know more, listen to the longer introduction of one of the other classes from this week so that we can keep our mini class kind of concise. But what I want to say is accepting what is, accepting things the way they are is the theme. And we're going to work a little bit on balance today, because what a better way to accept things as they are than to try to balance. So we're going to start sitting. See you on the mat or on the chair or on the cushion. So we'll start with a little bit of breath awareness, paying attention to the breath, not trying to change it or alter it in any way, but just being aware of the breath as it is. So take a moment to tune in, notice the rhythm and the movement of your own breath. And if possible, bring your awareness to the area of your abdomen. Just notice for a moment what's present in your belly. So you might feel some sensations or tightness. You may feel some butterflies or other sort of more energetic feelings in your belly. So simply observing your breath, especially in the area of the belly, for a couple more breaths. And we're going to add a little bit of movement. So extension of the spine as you breathe in, lift the heart, draw the shoulders back. As you exhale, as you breathe out, round your back, let the chin come down. Breathing in, extending, breathing out and flexing the spine. And really try to stay tuned into what you notice, what you're present with in the moment. So the more we're in the moment, just paying attention to what's going on, the less we're making up stories about what we think should be or what should be happening. So we can notice and pay attention. What particular aspects of this movement do I notice? Where do I feel it? One more breath here. Great. And then we'll come back to a neutral position. And let's take the feet a little wider and do a little circling movement to get some movement into the torso. And again, noticing what you feel, what you experience, what is present as you do this movement. So you can circle a few times in one direction and then go the other way a few times. Okay, and then eventually you'll come back to the center. You can just place your feet wherever they're comfortable. Take the arms to the sides, turn the palms up and stretch out through the fingers. Take a breath in and very slowly start to raise the arms. And you can take maybe 2 or 3 breaths to slowly raise the arms. So you're really paying attention to what you notice all the way up. And then slowly lower the arms and pay attention to what you notice all the way down. Do sensations shift or change at any point? What are you aware of? This is really just an exercise of paying attention. And again, taking your time, observing and noticing. Up and down with the arms. Right, and the next time you're lifting the arms, stop at the halfway point where your arms are about parallel to the ground and do some circles for your wrists. Relax your shoulders. You can bend your arms if you like. Circle one way and then the other. And then give them a shake. Shake them up. Give them a good shake. Shake them out in front, down towards the ground, shoulders. And then let the palms face up, resting on your thighs, and just notice the arms, shoulders, and hands, and what we may have woken up with that little bit of movement. So you might feel a bit of energy. You might not feel much at all. Just notice without judgment. So noticing things as they are, not how we wish them to be. Right. And then when you're ready, we'll come to stand. And you can move your chair aside, although you may want to keep it handy. And as you come up, let's work a little bit more with the hips. So you can take the feet wider apart and do some circles here with the hips. And again, you might go slowly and really tune in and notice, oh, it feels really smooth there. And then, oh, there's something a little uncomfortable there. So I might adjust. And then, oh, it feels smooth there. Oh, there's a little crack over there. So just really notice. This is not about judging and not about trying to change things. I often come to my practice wanting to fix or change something, and I realize all of that tension actually doesn't help my practice. If I can just come to the mat and let things unfold as they will, it's always much more magical. Let's bring the feet in side by side, hip distance apart. Let the arms rest down by your sides. We'll do a little visualization exercise. And in this, you can imagine a tree. You could imagine yourself as a tree, or you could just imagine a tree. And the idea with the tree is that the roots go down into the earth, spread out, and create a solid and strong foundation for the tree. The upper body is like the trunk of the tree. It grows up, right? And the crown of your head is like the crown of the tree, opening to the sun. So let's take a moment, and if you imagine the split in your body happens just below the navel, the lower body dropping into the earth. Let your weight go into your heels a little more so you feel your legs solid. The thighs will engage. So feel that sense of grounding as you exhale. Even feel a sense of your heels dropping into the earth. You can imagine your roots spreading out if that helps. You can imagine looking at a tree rather than being a tree if that feels better for you. And then we're also going to think about the upper body and that sense of the trunk growing up and the crown expanding out. So with your inhale, imagine that lifting feeling, lifting and expanding. Your exhale dropping down and contracting into the earth. Inhale, lifting up and expanding. Exhale down into the earth. And then I'm going to add one more element. If you can hold all of this together as you exhale and feel yourself go into the earth, keep a little bit of that feeling of lifting. And as you inhale and strongly lift, keep a little bit of that feeling of dropping down. So it's like the yin yang symbol. There's mostly black, a little white. So mostly grounding, a little lift on the exhale. Mostly lifting, a little grounding on the inhale. So take a few breaths and engage with that visualization in whatever way feels right for you. And then from here, we'll move into a pose called tree pose. So here you may want to have a chair handy. I'm going to encourage you to just keep it handy and not actually use it as a crutch so that we can find the expression of this pose that we can actually be in and feel supported and feel grounded and feel lifted. If you need the chair, if you feel like you're going to fall over, of course, use the chair. So if you do have a chair beside you, you need let the standing leg be the leg closest to the chair. So I'm going to shift my weight to the leg closest to my chair. And then I'm going to just let the other leg relax a little bit. I'm going to come onto the toes of that foot. I'm keeping a lift through this hip. I'm not dropping down. And just coming onto the toes. And I'm going to offer you many options here. So when you feel that this is the best, most stable, most comfortable version for you, you can stop there. It might be here. If your hip allows, you can rotate so the knee points away from your chair, if you're using a chair, or away from the other leg. If this feels a little bit not so balanced for you, but balanced enough, you can stay here. If you want to challenge a little more, bring your foot in closer to your ankle and things get a little more wobbly there, right? Losing your balance is not failing, okay? So you want to find a place where you can mostly have your balance, but if you lose your balance and have to adjust, that's fine. You just come back into the pose. If you want to bring the foot a little higher, you can bring it into the ankle or into the calf and hands together or overhead. When you're ready to release, let the arms come down if you've lifted them up, lower the leg, and the other leg was doing a lot of work standing, so you can give that a little shake. Just make sure you aren't bringing tension into that side. So if you had a chair handy and you want to move it to the other side so that you've got it handy again on the other side, you can do that, or you can just go without. So again, heels drop down, sink down into the earth, lift up through the crown of your head, shift your weight to the opposite foot now, coming onto the ball of the other foot. And again, this might be enough for you. Maybe just lifting your heel feels a little bit wobbly, and you can work with your balance here and accept what is, right? You don't have to be in the full expression of the pose to get all of the benefit of it, because the benefit really is in accepting what is and creating less tension in ourselves by fighting reality. If your reality is that the knee can go to the side and be comfortable, you can go there. If it's bringing the foot in or lifting it up, you're going to find the position that works for you. And if you lose your balance, accept that that is reality and either choose an easier version where you can find more balance or come back into the pose and challenge yourself a little bit more. So arms can be up or in the heart. When you come out of the pose, you can release the arms, release the leg. And again, that standing leg's doing a lot of work. Give it a little shake. Make sure you're not bringing tension there. And then come back to Tadasana, both feet. Feel yourself sink into your heels. Inhale, lifting. Both arms coming up. And we'll add a forward bend now. So exhale, bringing the hands to the thighs or the shins or reaching toward the floor. And then inhale and coming all the way up. So we'll do that a few times to bring some balance back into the hips and the legs from the effort of the tree pose. And if you like, you can stay in that forward bend for a few breaths. Let the breath move with as much ease as possible. When you're ready to come up, lifting with a big breath in, reaching up overhead, and then exhaling to release. Just give your body a good shake. So let go of whatever happened in this mini practice today, and whatever happens in the practice. I guess whatever happens in the practice stays in the practice. But the point is, it's not about being perfect. And yoga has never been about being perfect. It's really about being in the moment and reducing our suffering by finding ways of accepting what is and not creating so much tension, wanting things to be different than they are. So I hope that you were able to find some ease in the mini practice today, and that you were able to accept whatever your body was willing to do for you today. Namaste.